Hello, welcome to Astrolight. I am going to dive right in. I'm going to do the lovely, where am I at? It's like the hero's journey. I call it the sacred journey. I believe we are all in this beautiful flow of mapping out what our spirit and our heart desires. And we go through challenges, we figure out solutions, we do it collectively. I believe I am you and you are me. And that's why I started this lovely channel back in 2022 in the Lionsgate, when my world was turning and shifting and flowing different than I had expected. So I always say, be prepared for the unexpected. I'm going to call in our ancestors and our loved ones. And what I'm going to do is, this lovely Voyager card. Every single picture he speaks upon. While James Wellness, I discovered him as my first deck of cards that I received from Frances. She's in spirit. She was 42 and she left this earth. Not by choice. Well, they say we choose, but her choice was to teach us lessons about live, no matter what anybody says, always live your truest desires, your truest purpose. So Frances always sends me feathers whenever her lovely spirit is near me and she wants to just say, hey, pop in. She sends me feathers, and they can be feathers I receive. Feathers as I'm just walking down the street and they just pop out of nowhere. Just want to make sure I got plenty room because I'm going to do a 10 card spread. And each of the cards, the meaning is, the first card spread would be, what is your quest, your goal? So let's just walk into the energy. Collectively, I'm hearing we are woke. I've been hearing that since 2026 popped in. Collectively, we're no longer awakening, we are woke. We are awoke to more of who we've come here to be. That I can feel. So now that we know we are woke, what are the messages you have for our hearts? And let's just keep it, what messages do you have for our hearts? And so the first one is, what is our quest? So the first card would be art. Get creative. Anything that you've been wanting to do, this is everything. Art is in everything. Art is in everything that we do. I wanted to bring that. I have something that represents that. Where did I put it? It's here and close. Yes. We receive gifts of art. When we do our art, it's like a gift to the human heart, so that others can share in the joy and it's healing. Whether we're writing, whether we're making movies, whether we're writing a play, it's just when someone reads your words, it is healing to the human heart. I feel healed when I read other people's messages. So as we're going through, if I hear anything collectively, and then we'll go through each of these cards, but let me go ahead and pick. So it says, while we're on our, what path must we take? Six of Cups. Letting go of things that no longer serve us. That's the path. Six of Cups. Sorrow. See, some of the vases are old and dull and broken. And look at that waterfall. It continues to flow no matter what. And look what comes out. Beautifulness. Beautiful. Okay. So the second card is, what challenges do you need to overcome? Three of Wands. Be compassionate to yourself. A lot of people are not compassionate to themselves. A lot of times we judge ourselves, and when we put judgment on others, it also, they absorb that in their spirits. And some people cannot take on other people's criticisms in their spirit because it affects them deeply. So being compassionate in your heart daily with yourself and with others. Okay, and what help? What do we have? What allies? And the Four of Wands, aspiration. When I look at this card, I see a lighthouse. I see the Statue of Liberty, and how the immigrants have come to to New York to make a home, to build a home in New York. I always love the energy of New Yorkers. It is what it is. They say it like it is. People come. There's like such a diverse country, town, state, like New York, and I like that. That's like that. Looks like a fist. Like we got this coming out. I don't know where this is, but I'm looking forward to reading. Okay, let's hear here. What else do we have? And so we have, if you take your actions, what are the possible outcome? And it says 8. It says stagnation. 8 of Cups. The vases again. But once again, letting go of the old, bringing in the new. And some of these might be dry flowers. And look at this. When we're sitting as hermits in the season of being still, and as soon as that snow and the seasons change, and then we take all of the season of the beautiful blossoms, and we cherish those moments in time. So I'm feeling, and this is your spiral, I love that spiral, feeling like Spirit's saying treasure your moments in time, no matter how they may feel and seem. At that time and moment, there is always a solution. But treasure these moments in time. Be very present to the I am. Be very present to your I am. Okay, well, I'm going to go and do a little reading. I won't read everything, but I'll just go and do a little bit of reading. So, art. Okay, let me do a quick pause. Okay, as we're stepping into this beautiful energy flow, April is coming in strong. And the messages the ancestors have for us as we're on the spiritual journey. I always think of the road less traveled. I love that poem as I was growing up. The road less traveled. We are definitely experiencing the road less traveled. So what is that? What does that feel like to you in your heart? Uncertainty, unpredictableness. But it doesn't stop you. You keep going forward, resilient, no matter what, because there's always an answer to there's always, and I have to say, what if there's a doors that have been closing, one door will close and another one will open. Yeah, that really resonated. I did a lot of doors closing when I was on my spiritual journey, so I know all about one door closing and another one opening. And every door that closed was such golden divine timing. At the time I didn't feel that way, but yes, at this moment in time. So if we have to say the path we're on, represented by Athea, which is this lovely, I'm always carrying around this little hair. Athea, I'm always carrying around this little statue. I discovered that when I don't remember who gave me. I think it was my mom gave me that one, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know how she knew I wanted that. Okay, being a creative artist in all aspects of being and all endeavors of worldly life. Consider yourself an artist in all phases of life. Creativity is an alchemy art that first requires dissolution or death of old forms, death of old things, begin again. Reintegration is the key word in art alchemy, and the root word of art, which means fit together. Art number 14 represents fusion, putting together a new order after the number 13 dissolves the old 12 order. Wow, see, it is all about taking away the whatever needs to be no longer. It was, and it was, and now there's something that is different. And that's just how the energy of our world is going at this time. More of what you're wanting, say it. And it's not like we're ignoring what is out there, but more of the peace within you will cultivate more peace outward. because when you're peaceful, then you can represent peace and compassion. So each of these cards represented something that he wanted us to tap into. So I'm going to go through kind of quickly. So the and just try to, I hope you can see that. And I'll just go through a little quick. Okay, imagine, envision, dream. That is the mind of Athea. Yes, right there. The motion, the hand out, poured out Mercury. Communicate your feelings, pour out your emotion, express the range of feelings. That's how we cultivate that, speaking what your heart desired. Fire, passion, anger, peace, love, joy, tears, and sorrow. All of it is important. Althea possesses a talent, a genius in art. Strive to be a creative artist in all domains. Work, home, relationship, finance, create through recreation. I truly believe that. I've been wanting to do basket weaving, so I love basket weaving. Such a peaceful, when I just look at anyone that's doing basket weaving, they look so peaceful, just so serene and at focus in that moment in time. So it gives you a chance to be still. So find crafts and hobbies that give you a chance to be still. So this is a Sagittarius card. So it's a search out, seek the cutting edge. Yeah, the alchemy, fire, expand, go with your drive, be a catalyst, firebrand, and revolutionary. I would say that silent, that quiet rebel, bring it out, bring it out. My brother Tiger's going to bring it out, bring it out. He loved this thing. That is your intuition, ingenious. So the Mercury is intuition. So I love that. They say November, December is time to be creative. But I always say September, excuse me, April all the way to the summer. I need it to be. And then, November, December, that's nice, a cozy time. I like to read a book. The world is your studio, boundless. So the shamanism is the spider weaving, which is that spider right here, spider weaving. Weave and consume. Do not be afraid to gather strength through a creative act of power. The heroine, take flight of imagination and soar. The archit, your art is naturally exotic, sophisticated, beautiful. So the rainbows, the aura, heal, resolve, conflict, and harmonize. Synergy. So the basket weaving, make a symbol of yourself and create yourself. Love that. Okay. The artist, the art. So that would be the path we would take. So I'm going to do the Six of Cups, sorrow. And I have to say, things that we did not want, that no longer serves our heart. It's just time to release and let go. Release and let go. Okay, release and let go. Okay, so sorrow. I'm going to do okay, so this is Scorpio energy. Liberate your feelings and you will liberate your spirit. The Earth Cups. Dry up emotionally, turn to stay rock hard. Love that. Continue. Okay, the down, drop in the depths and staying down. Wow, okay, that's the other part we don't want. Okay, never mind. Allow, this is the river, the flower in the wild. Allow your river of tears to flow. There's something that you just release. Show your grief, the pouring out the purple flowers, and the tipping of the vase. Release, let go. The vase with the animal's light and the palm tree, rebirth and regeneration, comes from purification or expression of sadness. So I was saying, let the flow like a river. The river of life is where all things must pass. And the lovely elephant, anguish over your loss like the elephant, and then move forward. Have faith and hope, so that's the palm tree. Faith and hope that all things are physically mortal will be immortal in spirit. Beautiful. I don't know if you notice, I keep having to pause because I'm cooking at the same time that I'm trying to do this beautiful moment. Because I am a nanny during the day, multitasking as I do. Okay. Ancestors, loved ones, it's popping. Pop. This is art. Cooking is art. If you love to cook, find your favorite recipe and walk toward that. So, I love this. The Six of Cups. It's like, have the courage to express your grief. So the vase, Retain life by letting your emotional waters out so the new waters can come in. Exactly. It's time. Let's flow like a river. Three of Wands. Let's see what loveliness you have for us. And so that was the Three of Wands. Where are we at? Okay. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. So we are at the hero's journey. So the next part was, what sacrifices, I'm thinking I'm doing it, what sacrifices must we make? So the first one was the quest is the art, get creative. Second one was what path we must take. It's just let go of sorrow, mourn, let it, release it, and let the tears cleanse you. If there's things that you've been wanting to walk through, there's always a solution. Nothing happens to you, it happens for you. What sacrifice must we make? So we have the Three of Wands is compassion. Okay, compassion. Three of Wands, compassion. Okay, Worlds. I love that word compassion. I notice that whenever I'm being compassionate to myself, it makes it so much easier for me to walk in this world. And three, I've been seeing a lot of threes. You've been seeing a lot of threes. Okay, I thought I was in the right way. Okay, Wands. Five of Wands. I really should get in the habit of going. I don't know why I don't go to the syllabus sometimes. Ooh, that's so crazy. Wands today was not going to the syllabus. $194. I get that card a lot. I should know that one by heart. $194. Compassion. So I'll just go through the different. The Buddha, the golden hand. Understand with tolerance, with the tolerance, the human condition, fertile and suffering. The Buddha, the Buena Vista. Help all life forms grow. I've received about 3 of those books gifted to me. Hand with the butterfly. Accept others regardless of their condition. Conditional love. The 5-finger hand. 5 is the number of wholesome, so restore your bodies, soul, mind, and heart into creative unity and wholeness. Okay, use your hands to heal. Let your hands guide you. So astrology is the sun, which is a Leo. You are a giver of new life. You have the power to awaken and recreate. The alchemy is fire. So energize your healing heart. Warmth comes from your passion, purify your mind. The gold, honor your own strength, health, beauty, and perfection. So the sunrise, winds for time, know when to awaken your energies and regain your youth. And the sunset, know when to rest and relax. I'm hearing a lot of that. Know when to rest. Up in the air, healing makes you feel high. Go where you feel fresh, young, vital, alive, and restored. So the shaman is the bird. Follow your spirit guides, our intuition. Trust. That word keeps coming up a lot. Trust, trust, trust. Butterfly. Unfold transformation. The rose, love, and the divine healing power. Use flower remedies. Ooh, that's interesting. Rainbow. Be optimistic. There's always a one wholesome and goodness in the stormest and the darkest of time. Years ago, I had a whole thing about rainbows. I loved to go follow rainbows when I would see them when I was driving. Then one day I got to the end of the rainbow, which felt like the end, and then I realized when I stopped my car, I was the golden pot at the end of the rainbow. We are the golden pots at the end of the rainbow. So the hand, the square hand, uses the healing abilities of your hand. This is why I chose to do Reiki. Perfect reason, perfect example on why I chose to do Reiki. I wanted to make sure that I had some type of way to heal thyself, but also be of service to others. So I became the Reiki Master in 2010. So if you are interested and curious about anything that I have been doing and you've just come upon this channel, I have a podcast called The Awakened Soul Village, Renaissance Soul Village, and I have it on this channel, my YouTube channel also. And what I do, I talked about 3 hours of my becoming and why I do Reiki and why I do Akashic Records and women retreats. So if you're interested in learning more about who I am, and it saves me from talking too much about where I've been because I get so excited about everything that I want to make sure that I am honoring the time. Sometimes I can talk for hours being a writer, as you tend to talk. So let's say, okay, aspiration. Okay, where are we at in the hero's flow? We are second, what help is available and what allies do we have? Look, I'm missing one card. What challenge or demon? Okay, what challenges? Okay, aspiration, and then the next one would be help and allies. Okay, and then I will pick one more one. Okay, I think there's one that's missing. Okay, so let's go here. Aspirations. It's a lovely word. Sounds like I would say going for what you know. Going for what you know and what you want. Four of Wands. Okay, let's get the wands. Okay. The hand symbolic of upward moving fire. Light represents your aspirations fulfilled, your noblest ideas, and your highest potentials. Like the aspire to the heights. Like the hands, aspire and ultimate bursting out of the earth. That's you. You're the seed that bursted out of the earth. Your spirit cannot be contained. Liberate yourself in order to freely be all that you can be. Yeah, I love that. Be all you can be. Through your expansion and your active fire energy, reach out for your goals, smash through blocks with your fist, pierce resistance with force, and you will burn out obstacles with the torch of illumination and purification. Move onward and upward, and as they shine your light in dark places. I'm always saying that. Truly to believe that. Okay, so stagnation, 8 of Cups, and that would be what is the action to take. No, that's not the action. That is the help. Ally. The help, the ally. Stagnation. What is that? 5 of Cups. Oh, that's 8 of Cups. Okay, let's bring that closer. 8 of Cups. Stagnation. Stagnation is emotional fatigue and flatness that feel when things have been begin to run down, become sticky and swampy waters, blocked, dry, muddy flats, suffocating cups, and dead leaves, unused cups. The oozing liquid floral abundance symbolizes the stagnation your spirit is reached of overdoing, overindulging, and unless useless cups and dried up leaves and water represent stagnation from boredom and routine. So change your routine. Change your routine. I've been doing that. Change your routine. Write it down, map it out, and change it. Do something different. Do something fun once a week, not monthly. Do it once a week. The closed vase in the center means that this is time for your emotional rest. By shutting down, by systems going within yourself and conquering energy, regenerate, revitalize, a process symbolized by the spring, greenness of the vase. Remember that all life comes out of the swamp, so be patient and know that new life is generating. I think about that when I think about this represents, makes me think about the lotus flower. So if you know anything about the lotus, we come from swampy waters until muddy waters, and we come out to be so beautiful. So beautiful. So, what is her message to end this? Hangman. Hangman. It's done. It is done. All that we've wanted is now come to be, because we can sit back and just free fall and just hang there and just know that everything that we have always wanted is now happening. And we can just sit back. I say sit back, hang up. That's almost like the taking a risk. Take a risk. Hangman. The upside down hangman symbolized the law of reverse as the crucifixion of Christ, victory of success you've achieved in the matter opposite from the expected, what others expected. That's what I'm going to add in of you. Instead of assertive movement and forcefulness, resistance, salvation is obtained through passive surrender. Let go and surrender. Give it up. When feeling hung up, encircled, and netted and walled in, wait it out. Assume a holding pattern. You are a suspense of limbo that demands you tread water. Accept your limitations beyond being expressed. Expansion brings expansion. Accepting your limitation brings expansion. Ooh, I loved it. The octopus tentacles. Oh, this is so cool. The octopus tentacle signifies that you are under constructive influences beyond your control. Surrender your ego, the feeling that you are drowning and being dragged into the depths of the dark night of the soul. Stage for rebirth, a new life. Keep the faith. Believe in your divine grace. The hangman is also symbolic of compassionate self-sacrifice. Let Christ giving yourself up for good for others embodies you to entrust the ego and transcend the ego and achieve unity, great spirit of the universe. When we believe in ourselves, love ourselves, then we can embody all that is all around us. Truly believe that. When we know that we're walking on this earth, I am you and you are me, we're golden. Well, my heart is wide open always. If there's anything in your heart you'd like to express to me that you would like the collective to know about, now that you are woke, just tell a little bit of what brought you to this moment, a little bit of, leave a comment about what shifted that awakeness. Now that you're woke, what is one thing that you'd like to share about your awakening to those who are awakening? I love you. My heart is always open. Namaste. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. Namaste.